Hello, welcome back. Pamela Warner finally opened up after days of silence, her voice trembling as she reflected on the heartbreaking reality of losing her son. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, known to millions as Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, Malcolm, died unexpectedly on July 17, 2025, and his autopsy confirmed the cause: accidental drowning, triggered by a cardiac arrhythmia that likely caused him to pass out while swimming alone. For Pamela, who had waited anxiously for answers, the confirmation was both a relief and a fresh wave of pain. Speaking quietly from their family home in Pasadena, she described how Malcolm had gone to Big Bear Lake, a place he often visited to write and recharge. He had been working on a screenplay, surrounded by calm and beauty, and seemed happy and at peace. But when he missed breakfast that morning, staff grew concerned. A few hours later, they found his body floating near the dock. The coroner's report showed no signs of drugs, alcohol, or foul play. Malcolm's heart had betrayed him silently. Pamela recalled how her son had mentioned heart palpitations before, but always brushed them off. He felt strong, healthy, and avoided doctors unless absolutely necessary. Now, knowing what could have been prevented, Pamela said she wishes she had pushed him harder to get checked. Despite the autopsy ruling out any sinister causes, social media erupted with false theories: suicide, substance abuse, or secret depression. Pamela firmly rejected these rumors. Malcolm was not in despair. He was immersed in creativity, developing a personal film on generational trauma, finishing a new television project, and working on an album of spoken word and jazz poetry. He had plans, vision, and was surrounded by passion. She emphasized that this tragedy wasn't self-inflicted, it was medical and silent. His heart gave out and the water did the rest. What hurt Pamela most were the cruel assumptions that followed his death. She wanted people to know the truth because Malcolm deserved to be remembered accurately. She shared that the coroner also discovered signs of an undiagnosed heart condition, an enlarged heart, and scarring that pointed to a previous, unnoticed cardiac event. Despite his healthy habits, the condition went undetected, a grim reminder of how often serious health issues in Black men go overlooked. In response, Pamela is founding an organization in her son's honor, the Malcolm-Jamal Warner Water Safety and Heart Health Initiative. Its goal is to raise awareness about heart conditions and swimming safety in Black communities, and it will also support young artists, reflecting Malcolm's commitment to mentoring aspiring filmmakers and writers. In the days after his death, tributes poured in. Strangers and celebrities alike reached out, sharing how much Malcolm meant to them. For Pamela, the most cherished memory was the last message he sent her: "Lake is quiet, stars are bright. Wish you were here, love you always, Ma." That text has become her anchor. A private lakeside memorial was held shortly after, where friends and family scattered rose petals, played jazz, and honored his life in stories and tears. A larger service followed in Los Angeles, with notable figures like Felicia Rashad and Angela Bassett attending. Rashad's emotional eulogy, calling him one of the good ones, brought Pamela to tears. That kind of praise, from someone who knew him so well, meant everything. As time moves forward, Pamela plans to write a book about Malcolm's life. Drawing from his journals and the poems he left behind, she described him as someone full of warmth, curiosity, and deep love. Malcolm's connection with his mother went far beyond the usual mother-son bond. Raised by Pamela as a single mother, Malcolm credited her for shaping both his character and his career. She guided him into the entertainment world with intention, never allowing the industry to define him. Their relationship was based on respect, shared wisdom, and deep emotional connection. Even when Malcolm became a father himself, he leaned on Pamela. She embraced her role as a grandmother with love, and their small family shared close, intimate moments away from the public eye. Malcolm remained intensely private, rarely sharing details of his personal life publicly. But those who knew him knew how much he valued family, introspection, and creative authenticity. He avoided the chaos of fame, focusing instead on meaningful projects, mentoring others, and using his voice to speak on mental health and generational healing. Malcolm had also been working on a new book exploring fatherhood and masculinity, incorporating poetry and conversations with other Black men. Though unfinished, Pamela hopes to see it completed, continuing the work he started. His passing left a wound in her that may never fully heal, but she remains committed to preserving his spirit. For Pamela, Malcolm was more than just her son. He was her partner in life, her inspiration, and her purpose. Their story of love, protection, and shared dreams is one of resilience, dignity, and truth, even in death. Malcolm's legacy lives on not just through the characters he played or the music he made, but through the compassion he gave, the lives he touched, and the love he shared with those closest to him. Pamela carries that legacy forward with strength, ensuring that his voice continues to be heard in the causes he cared about and the lives he helped shape.